Well, there are quite a few things that can cause internal needle discoloration on our evergreens. But when we're dealing with our spruces, especially if we're seeing this discoloration starting from the bottom of the tree and working its way up and out, there's a good chance we're dealing with one of our needle cast diseases. Now, in spruce trees, we have two different needle cast diseases that we really worry about: Stigmina needle cast and Rhizosphaera needle cast. Both of these diseases have very similar symptoms where in the spring or late fall or spring or early summer, we'll start to see some of these internal needles turn bronze and then maybe eventually even a purple. And if you look at these needles closely, you may even see some black specks that are poking out of those needles. Those black specks are actually our fungal fruiting bodies for both Rhizosphaera and Stigmina. Now, even though we have two different needle cast diseases of spruce, control for them is fairly similar. And so one of the first things we want to do is to try to manage airflow through the canopy. Anything that we can do to increase airflow, that will decrease our needle wetness period. And when we have the quicker those needles are able to dry out, the less effective the fungi will be at causing infection. Additionally, we can put some mulch around the bottom of the tree. Mulching around the tree not only will help the tree maintain good moisture availability, but it will also prevent any of those fungal pathogens that have dropped in previous years on other needles. It will prevent that inoculum from splashing up and hitting the new needles on the spruce tree. As far as control for this one as well, even though we're not seeing symptoms typically until later in the spring, early summer, control is really early in the spring, right when those needles are beginning to expand. So typically we're thinking about 2 fungicide applications. The first application when those needles are about half expanded, and then we want to come back 3 to 4 weeks later and hit it with another fungicide application to really protect the current year's needles. We may have to repeat this fungicide application for at least 2 years in order to get good control, but between the fungicides and some of those cultural controls, your spruce trees really should start doing better.